Hey guys, it's Doc, and we're out here. We're actually in the field, and we just shut down. We did a clean out. We're putting these other dredges back together over here. But I want to take a minute and tell you real quickly about our concentrates that we've got. Our concentrates are probably different than anything else on the market, and the reason is we're not selling gold concentrates. That's not what we're selling. If you want a whole bunch of gold, you need to go somewhere and buy from someone like in Alaska. I mean, their small gold is chunky, and you'll probably get more gold. What these are more regional, good testing cons. And what you're going to get is probably more concentrates. And what I found with concentrates buying it from all around is I would run them, but the gravel and the interior of it and what was contained, everything but the gold, just didn't match my area. So I wanted to have something that had a lot of black sand, a lot of garnets in it. That was a challenge for good testing. If you want to improve your panning skills, if you want to test your equipment, if you want to test our mats, these concentrates come from our mats. So that's why I really like it. You can tune your mats, and if you're losing this gold was caught by the mats, so you don't have your mats tuned right. It's pretty simple math. I can't say anything else above it. It's the easiest way to test it. You're going to find a bunch of 50s. You're going to find some 100s and maybe even 200s in there. We're running really fast water, so we are catching some 200s, but mainly that 100 to 50 range you'll find a lot. When we run through hard pack, that's what you'll find. If we hit bedrock, you'll probably find some pickers, small pickers, maybe 1/8 of an inch. And once in a while, you'll find a nice piece of that feather gold or a small nugget. But I want to show you, it's important to me that these are 100% virgin concentrate. We pull them out of the dredge, we clean the mat, and I want to show you what process happens with these cons, so you can understand. So we've just cleaned out the mat, and this is the cons from a short run. And you can see right away. Look at all that black sand in there. It's almost nothing but black sand. So it's real heavy black sand. But the other thing I want you to understand is that if we're doing this, and if you find a bunch of silver flaky stuff in here, it's typically going to be saprolite or decomposed bedrock. So we might be hitting decomposed bedrock. There might be a lot of silver flakes. There might be what a lot of people call mica, but mica is usually a little bit gold in color. What I'll do is I'll take this and I'll take 2 scoops out of this. I'll do a test pan of it, make sure that there's decent gold in it. You know, good enough to make sure it's not a blank run. And then what I'll do is I'll put it inside one of these buckets here. We cap it off, and it never gets touched again. We dump all these buckets in one tub. We let them drain damp. Once we let those buckets drain damp, we get them so that the majority of the water's out it. There's a little bit of moisture in it, and then we package them up. So no one touches this. I do a hand test out of it. With any gold that I do in my test pan goes right back into that bucket, and then they're never touched again by anyone. The only one is the bagger. The bagger will go in and bag them up. So it's an interesting way. The problem with this is I really don't get to see the gold that we recover, which kind of sucks, to be honest. But I lose that excitement about it. But the excitement for you that I like about it is you don't know. I don't know what's in the bag. You don't know what's in the bag. Are you going to get a bag that doesn't have a lot of gold? Yes, absolutely. Are you going to get one that has probably a lot more than the other one? Probably so. Are you going to get your money back? Hell no. That's not the way concentrates work. And that's exactly what these are not. Do not try and get your money back on this gold. This is strictly for testing. A lot of fines, a lot of 50s, a lot of 100s, a lot of -20, and a few pickers. It's a good broad spectrum of gold. That's what I like about it. But anyways, that's how we do the concentrates, and we bag them up, ship them out, and it's a great thing, especially in the wintertime. If you're in the southeast, the north, the northeast, if you want some real good finer material with a lot of black sand in it, these concentrates are really good for that. Hey guys, it's Doc, and it's late. Actually, it's the same day that I was out. New shirt, took a shower. The same day that I was out in the field, and I was talking about the concentrates that we have, and you know, I guess I can't stress this enough. And if you're looking for a lot of gold, don't buy our concentrates, because you'll never get your money back. I promise you that. What our concentrates are for really is it's more of a, there's a lot of places in the U.S. that have a lot of garnet sand, have a lot of black sand, and this is really what we want to do. We want to offer them We have typically very fine gold. A lot of -50s, a lot of -100s, but we have a lot of wire gold, which is really cool too. Very, very fine. So it's a good test for your equipment. And if you want to practice your panning, it's good too. But every once in a while we get a nice picker. Every once in a while we get a little nugget. We don't get any big stuff. The biggest nugget I've ever seen up here in all my time working this area is probably just maybe a quarter of an inch, and that was a huge one. You just don't get huge gold up here. It's placer gold, whichever you want to call it. Very fine stuff. But I'm going to show you a little bit. We did some test pans, and I'm going to show you a little bit of this stuff real quick. But anyways, we'll give you a little perspective here. This is typically what you'll see in our concentrates. And you'll see a bunch of 50s, a bunch of 100s. This is the kind of gold you'll see. Every once in a while, you'll get maybe a little picker in there. You get some fine stuff. But this is the kind of stuff that, this is not Alaska. If you want nice chunky gold, you need to be buying gold from Alaska, because that's where they have the biggest, chunkiest gold, I think, personally. I've seen a lot of concentrates, and the funny thing about concentrates is I can identify just by looking and panning concentrates, I can tell you just about where they came from based on the surrounding material of it. So this is basically what you'll see in our gold. Very, very fine stuff. It's a good challenge for your equipment, good test for your equipment. Again, if you wanted to get your money back, you ain't going to get it. Don't buy our concentrates. That's a pretty piece of wire gold. Tiny, tiny stuff. But again, I want to stress that I'm the only person that touches this stuff, and what I typically do is we'll put it, we actually do a run, we stop, we do a clean out. I'll take a scoop out of it, or 2 scoop out of it, do a test pan out of that run, make sure it was a decent run, and then we put it back in the buckets, and that's it. We come back to the warehouse. We have a drain table. We dump the buckets on the drain table. We don't mix them up, and they just sit there and drain. And we try and pack them when they're still a little bit damp, and that keeps your gold from settling too much, especially in shipping. I prefer to have it a little bit damp. And not wet, there's not water inside of it, but there'd be a little bit damp. And that sort of holds the gold. It sort of keeps it in a concrete sort of state. But I'm going to stress again one more time. You get a bag that really is bad? Yeah, you just might, because it's the only way. I mean, if you order concentrates, and this is the way it should be. If you order concentrates from a company that's selling concentrates, they probably should have some quality control measures to make sure that everyone's getting a decent amount of gold. Typically anywhere from 40 to 70% of your money back in gold is what you're going to see. But that's not what we sell. We don't sell gold. And if you really, and I'm going to stress this time and time again, if you want the most gold for your money, buy raw gold. Don't buy concentrates. You can buy gold for spot price. That's what you need to buy. It's kind of fun and exciting because you don't know what you're going to get. We don't know what you're going to get. You might get a really good bag. You might get a real crappy bag. I'll just tell you right now. And are you going to get the amount of money that you spent back in your concentrates? No. It just doesn't. This is Georgia. It doesn't work that way. There's not a lot of gold here. But they're fun to work with, good to test them.